Start recording.
You're gonna start recording now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just admitting a couple more people. Okay.
Which golf course are you at?
Right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our meeting, Nuts and Bolts, on the Sunday evening, the 18th of October. As you can see, I'm not in my usual space. I am out at Wood Hill Golf Course, out in Pretoria. And because we've just finished playing our monthly game with a couple of ladies, what's nice is that, you know, some of them have joined the business and some of them are looking forward to joining the business very soon. As you know, on Sunday night, we have our Nuts and Bolts meeting. If you are new to the meeting, please just, you know, let us know by either typing in the chat that you are new or by raising your hand. And once you are in the meeting, again, just a quick reminder to please remember to mute your microphone because we don't want the microphone to be disturbing, you know, the person that's going to be presenting. So tonight, I'm not going to do my long introductions. The one thing I'm just really going to be saying to everybody is that remember, you know, as a message that we saw from the bishop this morning, is that the business that we are in, you know, it's like an ATM, and we have put in our cards and we're waiting for some money to come through. And whilst you're waiting for money to come through, when you have, you know, put in the card in the ATM, you don't cancel because you don't see the money coming through, right? You wait until the ATM says, yes, here is your money. Or if the, guys, can I just please remember to mute yourselves? Okay. So again, just a reminder that even if things are tough, things are not going well, we don't give up. We just don't give up and say, oh, you know, the value of the coin has gone down, so now we're going to be giving up. We continue to move forward. We continue to make a difference. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm just going to hand over now to Papi, and Papi will do the official welcome and also say to our speaker today, welcome to the session, and we are greatly looking forward to hearing from you and hearing your experience, you know, in this particular business. Papi, over to you.
Wow. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Tibello, for that wonderful introduction and reminding us of the ATM story that we read this morning. I just passed it on, but thanks to you for posting it. And we just want to say you have enjoyed your golf game down there, I can see. And thank you for continuing to show your support for these meetings, wherever you might be, wherever you are. So right now, I'm going to be welcoming one lady that I've always looked up to. You know, she might be short in height, but I always look up to her. She's a wonderful lady. She is always vibrant. When I came into the crypto space, she is the one that I've always listened to, together with Hannah and everything. And so at the end of the day, I've always enjoyed her presentations, and she teaches so well. She teaches from the heart, and she shares her wonderful experience. And she's one of the people that have made me stick it on into this crypto mining business, because you know when she went in with the whole heart, and her story really blows you away. And so every single time, whenever we have meetings, big meetings, she'll always be there, you know, smiles, and whether she knows you closely or not, but she will always, because you are in the business, she will always give you attention and really nudge you on and help you to move forward. So it's a wonderful privilege for me to be working together with Nontando. I remember when we were at another company together, when we had an opportunity to come this side into Mining City, and we were moving forward, I did not hesitate, but I wanted to be part of Fox Nation, Fox team, and because I knew she was part of that, and they are really doing wonderful things. And I'm no longer going to say they, I'm going to say we, because I'm part of that too. We are part of Fox Nation. We are part of one team, and we have our mission that in 2020 none of us will lack. We will make sure that we become millionaires. And how do we do that? We educate one another. We share stories of success. We advise one another. One of the things that I love with this business is that there is no selfishness in this business. In order for you to move forward, you help other people to make it and move forward, to come where you are. You nudge them, you help them where you can. And after you help them where you can, if they take what you have advised and they move forward and they make it good. But if they decide to take what you have advised and throw it away and be busy with something else, you won't become upset because you have done your part. So tonight, without any waste of time, as we know on Sundays, I'm going to be handing us over to Nontando. She's going to be taking us through. She'll be able to do screen sharing. She'll be able to do everything. But I want to say this today. If you take what she says and you really apply yourself to everything that she's going to be putting on the table and sharing with us, I'm giving you 3 months. If you are not a millionaire by 3 months, I don't know what would have happened to you, but I'm giving you 3 months after you hear. You must become a millionaire in the next 3 months if you listen to her carefully and work with her. When I became part of the business, I was not a millionaire, but today is a different story. I'm smiling. Why? Because when you rub shoulders with millionaires, it automatically spills over you. So they have influenced me. I can call myself a millionaire too, not just by weight, by the way, financially, because of what I have learned from them. Donoabo, Nontando, all of the big guys. And she's one of the big ladies, and she's got a big heart. So Nontando, I just want to say to you, welcome my leader, welcome my manager, welcome, 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 welcome. This stage is yours. This is what we have been doing. We've invited people, others will still come on. So I'm handing everything over to you, my sister. I'm not going to be asking questions and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've already spoken to you, I believe, in the morning. So you take us through up to where you can take us through. And then we thank you for this time. We love you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Governor Bishop. Thank you. I am honored. I am humbled. I always say I don't take this for granted. It might be 4 years now in this space, in this industry, but every time I get an invitation or every time I have, that platform to present to our community, it humbles me. And I cannot take that for granted. So before I even start, thank you to everyone who's joining us, and especially for those who are joining us for the first time tonight. Thank you so much for giving us your ears tonight. And yeah, when I received an invitation from Bishop, to say, can I come be a guest speaker tonight? I was so excited. One, because I was so looking forward to hearing his presentation, because, when I invite guests on my Zoom, it should be just 2 minutes of their testimony or 10 minutes of their journey. And then this morning, I'm like, okay, Gane Bishop, what's the program? And he says, you've got close to an hour to address people. I'm like, what? No ways. So, like he said, I really like speaking from the heart and from my experience. Some of my partners, I can see that on the line as well. I'm not friends, or I'm not a fan of slides and reports and whatever. I did that for 16 years when I was still working for Bas John. So I like telling my story, telling you my journey. So like Bishop said, my name is Nontando Ditle, and I'm not really going to waste your time. As you might know, we have a bigger appointment at 8 o'clock where our CEOs will be addressing us. There's a huge announcement that they'll be giving to us. So yeah, I'm not going to waste your time, but what I'm going to ask from each and every one of you is, just empty your cup and just allow me to share my story. So this is not your formal, presentation. This is a real story, my journey. So my background, I'm a mother of 2 teenagers. I'm a wife to 1 husband, and I am a former banker. I used to work for Absa Bank. I worked there for 16 years. So like everybody else, we thought, having a career in corporate was the biggest thing. So after school or after my tertiary, I went and did exactly that, looking for a job and getting a job in a bank. I thought I was going to have a lot of money, but yeah, it turned out differently. So I worked for Absa Bank for 16 years. I only met this opportunity in 2016, but I heard about Bitcoins in 2015. So I know a lot of people, when we talk about Bitcoin or present any opportunity, some of them are very skeptical. And you might be sitting here or on this call, you've heard about Bitcoin or Bitcoin Vault, and you're still asking a lot of questions, or you're still skeptical. You don't understand how we're making money, or you don't even trust this digital coin or internet money that we are talking about. So I was also in that space, because in 2015, when I heard about Bitcoin, it was actually through another channel. I had to pay for something online. That's how I get to know about Bitcoin. So I was purchasing something, then online I saw I had an option to either pay with my credit card or pay using Bitcoin. And I was so, curious to know what this Bitcoin was all about. But yeah, my ignorance served me very well as well, because after just buying those Bitcoins and paying for that item, I didn't then take it further. That was it. That was the end of the transaction. So as you know, Bitcoin is a currency, if you still wondered what Bitcoin was. So only in 2016, I did something unusual. I like the saying, when you want something to change in your life, or you want to change something in your life, you have to do something different. And I did exactly that. Earlier today, I was sharing with my cousin my journey of crypto and how I met this opportunity. It was something very unusual, and for ladies as well, it's things that you don't do when you go to somebody's inbox. So I heard Lonwabo talking about Bitcoin mining through Facebook. And at that time, he was not even my Facebook friend. He was commenting on somebody's status. And because I heard about Bitcoin already from 2015, just that I didn't pay attention when he spoke about Bitcoin mining, I then thought, okay, here's an opportunity for me to actually go to a mine, to see these Bitcoins, when I heard Bitcoin mining. So I thought, okay, now it's a good opportunity for me to go and see where we are mining these coins, so that I can have a lot of them. A lot of people, and I also count myself in that, to say we are used to seeing things. We are used to, things that are tangible. We are used to feeling things. We are used to going to the bank and withdrawing my money. I see it's here, then I believe it's legit. So something that you cannot see or even touch seemed very far-fetched, for it to be promising that we'll make money out of that opportunity. So I reached out. I actually sent an inbox to Lonwabo. I remember I still have the date. It was the 24th of November, 2016. I sent him a very short message to say, I know you don't know me, but I want to learn how to make money through this opportunity. So where is this mine? Where are we getting this mine from? Where can I go and dig for these Bitcoins? And, you know, he referred me to, we still had an office in Randburg. Papi will remember that's where we hosted most of our presentations. Then he referred me to that office to say, you can go and attend a presentation there. I didn't waste time. The very next day, I went and attended a presentation that I was referred to. Believe you me, the presentation lasted for an hour. And for that whole period, I didn't hear anything. The only thing I heard was millions there, millions there, millions there, and how people were making it. Even Lonwabo himself didn't have anything to show at that time. And he stayed in PE, I was in Johannesburg. And I want to encourage people, I know again to say people want to see how you've come or you've gone or how much you've achieved when you present an opportunity to them. Singabo Thomas, we are Thomases of this world. We want to, you know, see first before we jump into the opportunity. One, I didn't know Lonwabo. Two, I didn't even ask him to show me how much he had made at that time. I went to a presentation, heard the presentation, as much as 95% of the presentation, I only heard Greek. I didn't hear fuck all. I then still jump into that opportunity. I remember it was Tabang and Big Boy at that time who were presenting. I didn't hear anything. All I know is that after the presentation, I said, okay, I want to register, I want to start. And they asked me, okay, which package do you want to start with? At that time, the lowest package, I think, was about 10,000 Rand, and the highest one was about 55,000 Rand. And I was, what, 60,000 Rand richer because I had just resigned from my employer because I was sick and tired of working for somebody else. It's just that at that time I was still, you know, drafting and crafting my plan of how to get out of that rat race. But they gave me my pension and I was left with 60,000 Rand. And for somebody who had 60,000 Rand, hearing the opportunity that starts from 10,000 Rand to 55,000 Rand, I think you would agree with me that the most, you know, intelligent thing that one will do will take the smallest package, but not to Nontando. Nontando, as much as I didn't understand anything, I took the highest package. I said I wanted that one of 55,000 Rand because what I heard from the presentation as well is that how big is your why? And obviously, how much you put in to this opportunity will then determine your outcome or your rewards. So I then bought the highest package of 55,000 Rand. And between me and poverty, I was left with 5,000 Rand. I remember I had to go back to my two teenagers at that time. I sat them down. Their name is Lungile and Lungelo. I said, you know what, L and L, Mommy has taken some risk. As much as I didn't really, you know, tell them the details, I said to them, you will have to stay for now. You will have to compromise the sweets, the toys, your McDonald's, your spare, your, you know, all those nice things for now. All I know is that this opportunity is going to buy a lot of sweets for you. So if you can just bear with me, you know, yes, we won't have the holidays, we won't have, you know, those little nice things that we used to have, but just bear with me. I asked my kids to give me at least 6 months, you know, to make it in this business. And believe you me, from then, I never looked back. I made my first million Rand in 9 months in this opportunity. And like I said, okay, maybe I didn't mention, when I resigned from Absa Bank, my pension fund, and I always share this, not because, you know, I want to scare people, but maybe challenge you if you are still working. Go back tomorrow to your office and check your pension fund. Where is it sitting? And also do the calculations to say when you retire, maybe you've planned to retire in the next 2 or 3 years or even 5 years, how much that pension is going to be. So I received 400,000 rand after 16 years of service in a big company. And I didn't just work as a teller. Yes, I started off, just like everyone else, but because I thought, getting another promotion will actually make me to have more money, obviously with a better salary. And then, you would apply for other positions. And yes, I did get a lot of promotions. At some point, I worked as a bank manager, but did money come? No. I was still, at that rat race. Wait for the 20th of the next month. 2 days down the line, money is gone. Debit orders chowed all the money. And my kids will come on the 22nd and ask for something, and mommy won't have money. And it didn't make sense to my kids to say, but mom, you are waking up every day and you are not home. From 8 o'clock in the morning, you are working and you're coming back home very late. But 2 days after your payday, you don't have money. It didn't make sense to them. And Nami, I would look at myself and think, what is it that I'm doing wrong? I would promise you, 20th, I'll get my pay. The 22nd is gone. Actually, the very same day on the 20th, when I wake up, the debit orders have done their story. I'm left with just a bit to survive for the 2 days. And after 2 days, it's all gone. What do? I go back to overdrafts. I go back to credit cards. I go back to personal loans. And because I was working for a bank, I knew the tricks of, okay, what do I patanisa for me to qualify for at least another 1,000 or 2,000 rand overdraft? That's how I lived my life for 16 years working for somebody. And obviously then I would think, okay, maybe getting another promotion, okay, maybe I then have to add another degree, to get a better paying job. And I did exactly that. I added 2 more degrees. I even went as further to study MBA. I got my MBA degree. Did money come? No. Did promotion come? Yes. And it came with hefty responsibilities. I then worked as a national operations manager, looking after all the Absa banks, but did money come? No. But responsibilities now were over here. So now you are working overtime. Now you are working for this boss that needs reports every day. But still, that didn't give me financial freedom. Now I'm working in this beautiful air-conditioned office with a PA. I'm now having a car allowance and I have this beautiful degree, but freedom still dololo. And then when now I sit and do my maths, now it makes sense. One of the network marketers gurus once said, even brain surgeons don't make money like network marketers. Now I've proven that, to say it's actually not about being a surgeon or a teacher or a banker or whatever, but I can promise you now, if your purpose is to make money, and you are still just working, and there's nothing wrong with working, but just depending on that one salary is a problem. So I then learned to say, in actual fact, network marketing, you write your own check. Each and every day you decide how much you want to make. Hence, I said then I made my first million rand in 9 months. Now compare 9 months receiving a million rand and the 16 years I worked for somebody else, building somebody else's business for 16 years and getting 400,000 rand. So fast forward, um, believe you me, I am shy by nature. I never thought I would sell anything, even to save myself. So network marketing has also given me an opportunity to develop as a person. I'm now, able to stand in a stage of thousands. Papi will tell you, we'll have, seminars, and you'll stand in a stage of 1,000 people and whatever, and actually teach communities. So it works in you as well and develops you as well as a person. And fast forward with Mining City, the company that we are at currently, still the same scenario. I was on holiday, minding my own business. I remember I was in Italy at that time, and I get a call from Ulonwabo. I remember it was 11 o'clock there at Suk. And Lonaba calls me and I'm like, okay, this has to be agent for him to be calling at this time. Then pick up the call and Lonaba says to me, Ndlovukazi, do you trust me? That's the first thing he said. Said, Ndlovukazi, do you trust me? I said, 100%. You know, I've worked with him for almost 3 years. So now he comes, do you trust me? I said, 100%. What is it? What do you want? And he says to me, hey, there's another opportunity where we can make a lot of money. And I didn't ask any questions. I said to him, whatever it is, I am in. And because it was late and I thought my husband wouldn't appreciate, you know, me taking this call so late and we are on holiday, I said to Lonaba, you know what, whatever it is, I am in. You just tell me how much is this opportunity going to cost me? And he said to me, no, it's more or less the same as the opportunity that we were presented with previously. You buy packages. A minimum package at that time was about 8,500 rand and maximum was about 50,000 rand. And he told me he bought 5 packages. I said to him, I want 5 packages as well. So whatever it is, I also want 5 packages. Okay, cool, bye. Send me a link tomorrow. So I already said yes. I didn't even know what Mining City was all about. That's another mistake that as people do. We want to know everything about the company or about the person or about something, you know, we presented with before we can trust the process or before we can believe in that opportunity. The question that I ask a lot of people, you know, when I present this business is that you are banking, right? You have a bank account. Have you met the CEO of that company? Before even that, do you even know the bank manager of the bank that you are taking your money to every day? And the answer will be no. But you trust that bank to take care of your money. Why? Because we are used to seeing buildings. We are used to, you know, contacts, you know, working with a consultant or whatever. But with these other opportunities, because they come presented by Abo Nontando or Bishop or Papi, and we think, oh no, what is it that they're going to tell me? And we ask this 1 million questions as if we are doing PhD. I always say we are not doing PhD, and this opportunity is time sensitive. You need to act swiftly and very fast. So if you're going to still ask, and I still have people even today who will come and ask me, are you still in this Bitcoin Ntoni? 3 years later, people are still researching. And in these 3 years or now 4 years with Fox Nation, we've produced close to 100 millionaires already, and people are still researching. You know, I was actually sharing with my cousin to say when I launched my business in 2017, when I had my first, you know, presentation, everyone who took action that day, it was April in 2017, everyone who took action that day is a millionaire today. And so you want to then decide, you know, one of the gurus as well, I think it's Eric Worre, is that every leader has to make decisions very quickly. If you're still, you know, spinning your head, you know, asking a lot of questions, I don't know how many times, and, you know, asking a lot of people who don't even have experience on the subject matter, you might find yourself, you know, disadvantaged. Go to the bank now and ask about Bitcoin, or go to your financial advisor now and ask about Bitcoin. They will tell you how much of a scam it is, because they are not informed. Some of them, they don't even know that that very same bank is actually investing in Bitcoins. A lot of insurance companies now, your Old Mutual, I think there was an article about Old Mutual as well, to say they are investing in Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. Our JP Morgan now currently has their own coin, a big bank like that, but when are you still saying it's a scam? You know, so don't waste time when you hear about an opportunity. Yes, it's good to ask questions, but don't dwell and ask questions forever, because the aim here is to make money and grow. Okay, so what I also love about Eric Worre is that when you hear about an opportunity, one, say yes. Okay, say yes. Then number two, go and tell the world about it. And number three, find out, you know, yes, tell the world, then find out. So that's exactly what I did when Lonabo called. I said to him, yes. Number two, on the next day, I told everyone in my inner cycle to say, there's an opportunity. We're going to make money. They asked me a lot of questions. I say, wait for me. When I just fix your 8,500 rand, I will come back to you. Then the third thing, when I came back to South Africa, 5 days later, and 5 days later, I was already 150,000 richer because I took action. Before I couldn't even log on because I was restricted in Italy. I then trusted Lonabo and connected him to one of my best friends, Utlunili. I said to him, here's my altcoin trader account, and here's my contact, my friend's contact, Utlunile. She will approve on email. When now you just transfer whatever money that needs to be transferred to buy these 5 planes, and Granila will approve. Mina, I didn't know anything. I couldn't even access the system, but already he sent me my link, and then I sent it to everyone else who was in my inner cycle for them to register. When I landed back to South Africa 5 days later, I was already a city builder. So I became a city builder the same day I partnered with Mining City. I didn't even know what that meant at that time because I didn't know what the rank requirements were, because I didn't even go through the compensation plan. Then 5 days later, I came back, and straight from the airport, I went to our Rosebank office where all the leaders, were meeting up to now hear about this opportunity. That's when I was able to open my Mining City accounts. And when I checked, I was already 150,000 richer. And I had only spent 8,000 rand times 5. How much is that? I can't count anymore. About 40,000 rand. I spent 40,000 rand on all those 5 accounts because I took standard plans at that time. And 5 days later, all my money was back because I then didn't keep my mouth shut. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to know everything at once. And what I love about Mining City is that all the support is there. You don't have to, like Papi said, we might not be in the same leg structure or team structure, but the support is there. I can't say, no, I can't come to your Zoom or presentation because we are not in the same team or whatever. If you are in Mining City, we are all there. So for you to fail in this business is totally up to you. So to cut the long story short, I'm with Mining City and soon obviously upgraded on my accounts. So for the purpose of those who are joining us maybe for the first time, how to partner with Mining City. So we've got different packages. So currently the minimum package that you can partner with us is $300, a primary plan. And the highest one is the platinum plan, which is $12,600. However, I encourage people to start with at least a standard plan. A standard plan is about 12,000 rand currently. The reason why I'm saying I prefer people to start with standard plan. Primary plan has a lot of limitations, and I'm sure Bishop, when he does his presentation, he will tell you more about those limitations. Not only that, you get minimum, mining rewards, but also when it comes to how many times you can actually cycle or make money, and how you won't even rank up when you are holding the primary plan. So yes, if 6,500 or 6,000 is the only amount you can afford, yes, you can start, but quickly upgrade from that plan. So we've got a primary plan, we've got a standard plan, which is about 12,000 rand. We've got a bronze plan, which is about 24,000 rand. We've got a silver, which is about 45,000 rand. We've got your gold, which is about 80,000 rand, and our big gun, which is a platinum, is about 240,000 rand currently. So I've soon obviously upgraded my plans, and currently I'm holding 35 accounts with Mining City, because I always say you also need to be a product of your product as well. So you can't just want people, you know, to join your business when now you only have one account. So some of my partners, when they tell me they are struggling, you know, recruiting, I don't like the word recruiting, but that's what they will say. Oh, no, Nontando, I'm struggling to recruit. How do you do it? The first question I ask them is, how many accounts do you have? And when you say one, my next question is that you don't believe in your business. How do you expect other people to believe in your business? So in my case, I'm a family. I've got two kids and a husband. So it made sense for me to for us to buy 5 accounts at once. So the other one is just for us for holiday. So my husband's had an account, I had an account, and our 2 kids had an account, and we had a spare one. But we then since upgraded and bought more shares, and not from our pockets. So the 30 more accounts that we bought was through the commissions that we received from Mining City. So just an illustration of what I've accumulated so far, just through mining, you know, through mining, not introducing anyone into the business. So from December, we started mining Bitcoin vaults. So Bitcoin vault was launched in December last year. And before that, it was still a project. In September, I remember, you know, we had Uhana and some of the leaders approaching us as members to say, yes, Bitcoin is still good, but because, you know, I don't want to go through the history of Bitcoin, started in 2009, so it was no longer profitable. Hence, Mining City came with this baby, which is called Bitcoin Vault. So in September 2019, we were given an opportunity to buy into a project that we didn't even know that it was going to take off, you know, and still we said yes, and we still went out and made noise about Project X, not knowing, one, when is it going to launch, and two, we're not getting paid for that. We just bought packages and we're not getting any earnings. And that time I said again, I'm buying the bigger one. The bigger package at that time was also 55,000 rand. I said, I'm buying a bigger package. For 3 months, we didn't earn anything. You know, today when people are crying about the mining earnings, the value that is low, and when you check, when did you join? They joined 3 months ago, but they're already crying about the value. And I'm like, hey, you don't know anything. We started this project in September and we're not earning anything. We paid 55,000, 100,000, a lot of money. Hannah herself had to trade in her car that she only drove 5 times. She had a Maserati that she only drove 5 times. She sold that car to buy into this project. Why? How rich people think. She understood exactly what this opportunity was going to take her, or where it was going to take her. She took that car back to say, actually, I don't need this expensive car. I want to dive in more into this project. And that car, I think, cost more than 3 million rand. With that whole 3 million rand, she put it into this project. Tina Bishop, we buy a standard plane, AC1, and then 3 months later we cry and we say, oh no, the value is low. So we waited 3 months, and Bitcoin Vault was only launched in December the 16th, to be exact. And at that time, the value was between $1 to $5. So in South African currency, it was about 18 Rand. So one Bitcoin Vault was about 18 Rand. Currently, one Bitcoin Vault is close to 2,000 Rand. So still, with the value that other people say is down, 10 months later, from 18 Rand to 2,000 Rand, which bank can actually give you that? So because I have a banking environment, I always do my maths and calculations, and I will always compare it to your fixed deposit or to your 32 days or to whatever. I made an illustration to one of my partners to say, if I bought 1 Bitcoin in 2015, when I first heard about it, it was 3,500 Rand. Today, I'll be sitting with 195,000 5 years later. But if I kept my 3,500 Rand with the bank will give me 210 Rand interest after a year, meaning after 5 years, you're sitting with less than 2,000 Rand interest. So compare 2,000 Rand interest with 195,000 Rand. Check that growth. Even with Bitcoin Vault, which is redeeming a lot of people. So when we're busy with Vuvuzelas in 2010, Bitcoin was there, it was about 140. A lot of people, smart people, bought Bitcoins when we were busy buying soccer t-shirts in 2010. So Bitcoin Vault is now redeeming us to say, now you missed out on accumulating Bitcoins in 2010 when you were busy vuvuzeling and our team even lost. Who's still got a soccer t-shirt? I mean, so if you, instead of buying your vuvuzela at 40 Rand, you would have bought 40 Bitcoins. Today, you'll be sitting with close to 8 million Rand, and you would have just spent 40 Rand. So that's what the opportunity BTCV has brought to us to say, yes, we've missed the path with Bitcoin. Here's another opportunity to partner with us from 18 Rand to about 1,800 Rand in a space of 10 months. You tell me which investment company can give you that, and I bet all my Bitcoin vaults, you can have all of them. If you can come with proof to say this growth you have received from any other investment, comparing it with Mining City, then you can come and collect my Bitcoin vaults tomorrow. So from when I started with Bitcoin Vault, I then started mining in December last year. Remember, I said from September, we waited and trusted and prayed and believed on this project. And then December, it was then officially launched. And then we started mining. So my investment or my plan was about 55,000 Rand. And to date, without having to introduce anyone, just letting my money work for me, I had accumulated 200 coins. 200 coins just by sitting and folding my arms. Now you will then take 200 coins and then multiply by today's value. Let's just round it off and say it's that 2,000 Rand. So how much have I made then? So you will take 200 coins times 2,000 Rand. That's about 400,000. How much did I spend? 55,000. So meaning this 345,000. It's pure profit. Not only that, I still have 2.5 years of getting paid because we are getting paid each and every day in fractions of Bitcoin vaults. That's how I've accumulated the 200. So from December last year till now, 10 months later, I'm sitting with 400,000. And I only spent 55,000 Rand. And the story doesn't end there. I'm still going to get paid up until year 2024. I've received my money 4 times already. I'm still going to earn for the next. So, Yaban, why do we get so excited? You know, Manje, I want to stand up and shout hallelujah, but stop me. So it made sense then for me to add more plans. So currently I'm earning 35 times every day because I have 35 plans. I don't get paid now once a month like I used to when I used to work for a bank. I now get paid 35 times a day. And not just 35 times in just rewards, and then 3 more times added through the network. So that's another way of making money. So, so if you are having a bigger appetite, you know, like Bishop Papi, to say, I want to make more money, you think, no, this 400,000, it's little for me. I want more money. Then you do what we are doing, not keeping quiet. you then do the network part of the business. Yes, it's not compulsory. If you don't want to, it's okay. You'll then get your mining rewards each and every day. And yes, it's not guaranteed. So you can't say, Nontando said she made 400,000 rand in 10 months and think, now you will make the same. Remember, I said this opportunity is time sensitive. We got that rewarded because we trusted the process when it was still Project X. We bought into the opportunity without knowing. So obviously the mining rewards are not the same currently as it was before. But is it still the best time to partner with Mining City? Yes. Okay. So the other then, so what I say to people is that this is long term. So you don't come to Bishop Papi every 2 weeks or every 2 months or after 3 months and say, hey, Bishop, how much have I made? Because this is not a quick rich scheme. So you need to also have a long-term mentality, just like you have patience to wait when you've opened a fixed deposit, or if you have a unit trust in your bank, you are so patient. Again, I heard a very sad story. It didn't actually surprise me, Bishop. A lady from our team said she invested 36,000 rand, I think, in May this year with a unit trust. I don't want to mention the name of the bank. And 5 months later, from May, May, June, July, August, September, 5 months later, she was sitting with 35,600 rand, meaning she hasn't made any profits. Actually, they took charges, admin charges. From 36,000 rand, now she's sitting with 35,600 rand. 400 rand gone on admin charges. She hasn't made any profit. She hasn't received any interest. Then I compared that 36,000 rand that she took to that bank and said, in May, before we introduced and increased our plans, we had silver plan at about 33,000 rand. And I had to go and check one of my silver plans to see how much I've made in the past 5 months. And with that silver plan, I'm sitting with 11,000 rand. So in 5 months, I made 11,000 rand in mining earnings, whereas her money at the favorite bank has decreased in value. And I said to her, okay, I'm not saying go and get your money from the bank, because that's not what we are saying. You also need to calculate the risk. We are not saying to people, go to your banks and withdraw all your money. All we are saying, we are showing you facts. So I showed her, I illustrated, I actually took it to our groups to say, okay, if you bought a silver plane at 33,000 rand, you would have received 11,000 rand. Not only that, you'll still earn for the next 3 years, every day. This lady put 36,000 rand into a unit trust. 5 months later, she's 400 rand less because of charges. So meaning, I don't know what is her condition there, or what were the terms and conditions, how it's going to start making interest, I don't know. So she's patient to wait for 5 years for that unit trust to mature. And when you also go to a bank, you make a fixed deposit for 2 years. You don't go to the bank every day. Papi, when I was a bank manager, I never received a customer every day. How much is my interest every day? But with Mining City, you'll get people every month, every day. They want to know, how much have I made? That's why they have heart attacks, because they look at the dollar amount, because they don't even know that we are accumulating coins. We're not accumulating dollar and the rands. So for me, I'm looking at the coins that I'm making, because when the value goes up, I'm going to cash out at that time. So dollar and rand has nothing to do with what you are doing currently. So now, knowing that this is a 3 months, 3 years contract, or 1,100 or 1,200 days, you then wait patiently, especially if you're not going to be sharing the opportunity with others and then getting paid in commissions and making money. So how we are making money, Bishop, is that we then introduce other people, because how do you keep quiet making 400,000 in 10 months through this opportunity? Our other partner, Tom, would normally say, if you keep quiet about this opportunity, it means you are a witch. Simple as that, because how do you keep this good news into yourself? So it means umuloi, as in we are lawyer, you are which there's yeah, let's not even sugarcoat it, because how, I mean, with Black Friday coming up, how many people are you going to refer to Macro, to Pick and Pay, to Woolworths to say, hey, the baked beans, because specially the beetroot, lady. You're going to refer those people, but are you going to get paid for that? No. How many people do you refer to a hair salon or to a mechanic or whatever service provider? Do you get paid for that? No. So what Mining City says is that because we don't do promotions, the billboards or newspaper or magazines, whatever, they then have us as distributors. So we are advertising on their behalf. So when you then promote this business and people sign into the business, you get compensated. So we have 3 ways of getting paid. So you can then imagine if you've got 35 accounts and maybe in Tate Bishop more than me, and you get paid 35 times and then 35 times 3 if you are cycling on all 35. That's not me. So the first part is that you will get 5 to 10% commission of whatever package you are selling. And let's say you are selling a platinum and you already on your 6%, that's 24,000 rand instantly into your account. 24,000. I mean, Ntate Bishop, allow me to say this. In my senior management position, Go Absa Bank, I never received 24,000 rand after a month of working. With Mining City, you can get 24,000 rand in one day. Not only that, that's the first compensation. Number 2, what we call binary cycling, to say you can make at least minimum of $200, which is about 3,400 rand. That depends on the credits. So Tate Papi will cover that when he does his presentations on Tuesday. Please tune in, because we are rushing. I get it now. We need to go to our next meeting. So that is the second way. So imagine if you've now received your first commission, you've sold a platinum, now you've received 24,000 rand, and now you have credits. Let's say you sold 2 platinums, you get now 20 credits on each side, your left on your right. That's $800. How much is $800 in 3, 6, 9, 12? That's about 13,000 rand. So 13,000 rand plus 24,000 rand, you already on 37,000 rand in one day.
One night.
Then the third one is what you call matching bonus. So matching bonus encourages us as people to say you need to also teach your team to also make money. So when your team also starting to make money, then the company compensates you again to give you $10, because they are saying thank you for teaching the community. So it's another $10. So everyone in your team making $200, then the company gives you $10. And I like that one the most, because that one has no limits. So with the binary, it has limits depending on the rank that you are on. So I'm not going to dwell more on that. But with the matching bonus, you want to help as many people in your team to make money, because that one is unlimited. Imagine if you have, let's say, 20 people in your team cycling every day, you get $10 times 10. That's a salary on its own after a month, because that's about 50,000 rand in a month, over and above your own $200 that you are getting every day, over and above the referral commissions that you are getting. So you can easily, minimum that you can make in this business, if you are really building, the minimum that you can make in this business, you can make at least 100,000 rand in a month if you are building correctly. Minimum.
Repeated that again.
But that minimum, ne? Meaning. So I know a lot of people are interested to know, okay, Nontando, how much are you making? I like to answer these questions and Tate Bishop before they are asked, because a lot of people have realized, yo, Kgabo Thomas, as much as I don't like to show people my account, and I still don't do it. My team has adapted that culture as well, because it might be deceiving to some, because people think, okay, I can join tomorrow and then they'll make millions after that. The minimum, okay, let me just say the highest amount that I've made in this business is 2.2 million in a month. 2.2 million in a month, whereas I was receiving less than 20,000 rand Kopas Joan.
Wow.
And currently I'm doing this full time. So not only am I financially free, I own my time freedom as well. But not only that, what delights me is that not only Nontando is making money, people in my team are also making money. In my team, not just Mining City, like I said, in Fox Nation or Foxcoin, the old name that we used, we are close to about 60 millionaires. The last time I counted with Abolonabo, we were still counting about 40 something, but I'm sure now we're about 60 people who are millionaires in just the team. As a global company, I'm sure thousands of people are millionaires. And let's reflect, Bitcoin Vault only started 10 months ago. So if we have produced so many millionaires in just 10 months, you can then do your maths. The highest amount that I know from some of my team members are making in a day, it's about 45,000 rand in one day. One of my, I like to also use example of people who are still working full-time, because people will make excuses to say, no, Nontando, when you are successful because you are doing this full-time, you're no longer working. I have people in my team who are working full-time and still come back and work this side hustle. They call it a side hustle. And they will be making, 20,000 rand a day, 3,000 rand a day, a side hustle. And one of the ladies shared with us to say in the past 7 months, she made 700,000 and she's still working full time. 700,000 side hustle in 7 months. Whereas not permanently, after 16 years, I got 400,000. So yeah, I can go on. Now, this, I can go on. I become an evangelist. I become a bishop. So let's not waste time. What I've achieved so far, like I said, yes, financial freedom, but more than that, I've really found my purpose. I always, from childhood, I always, helped people, trying to find ways of helping people. But this opportunity has really given me, the freedom of doing exactly that. So it's not just by helping the people in the team, charity organizations, I cannot mention the names. I'm able to give freely without counting Murudi, to say, yo, after giving them this, how am I going to survive? Now I give freely, knowing that, I'm a blessing. God's, the Bible says, we are blessed to become a blessing. And I always, as well, to say, when God, raises the standard, of your financial freedom or your financial platform, you don't raise the standard of living, but you then raise the standard of your giving. So as much as, yes, we do make a lot of money, I'm really not a person who'll be flashing my material things or whatever. Yes, through Mining City, after 3 months with Mining City, we were able to change addresses. We changed neighbors. We bought a new house. So that's the opportunity that this business has given us. To, when you don't like your neighbor, you just change an address. So we're able to sign ourselves into an estate. We're living in an estate. Not only that, we don't owe anyone anymore. And yeah, no, the others I can't disclose, because this weekend, look out, I'm on social media, look out, there's big things coming. Currently, yeah, and not only that, yeah, man, one of the things, the recent one, I took my parents on holiday to Cape Town 2 weeks ago. First time they flew in an aeroplane. I mean, they worked hard. They never had the privilege of taking a holiday. So if you're still sitting here and thinking working for 40 years is going to give you a freedom, I look at my parents' lives to say they work so hard, they work for us, but they still didn't have the privilege of going on holiday. They were surprised to be, booked in a 5-star hotel for 3 nights, flying to Cape Town, something that for them it was just a dream. I think they will even stop dreaming that they will actually be on an airplane. So this opportunity afforded me to decide now to say, honey, let's take our parents on holiday. Not only that, we've revamped some of the properties and that we have, and we are, like I said, there's other bigger projects that we are doing currently that I cannot disclose currently. Yeah, before we give birth on them. Then yeah, that's what I can say. And currently I'm in the, yeah, I don't even want to mention my rank, ancestor on this rank. I need to move up. Tate Bishop, please, ke kopa dithapelo. Ke kopa dithapelo. I'm even shy to say this. Yeah.
You are governor already.
So currently my rank is a city manager rank, and I got a privilege of getting an e-wallet of $3,500 as an incentive. So that's what I love again about this mining city, that when you rank up, you also get extra incentive that the company pays to you, but they are not going to be there forever. So we're working very hard now up until December, because that is a promotion. It's not part of the compensation plan. So it will come to an end in December. So my next rank should be a chief manager. And if I can hit that before December, Mining City will give me about 850,000 rand, just to say thank you so much for, building a team and building the community and contributing in this business. So yeah, the sky is not even a limit. We've stopped, writing our dreams in pen. We're now writing our dreams in pencil, because once you reach that dream, you scratch out, you write another, you write another, you write another. So we are not now just dreaming this much. Our dreams are very huge, because we've seen how big this opportunity can actually afford to pay for our dreams. So without wasting time, and Bishop, I will end here. I don't know if you've got questions that we can address before we jump into our next appointment.
Yes. Wow. I'm like, you know what, Nontando, you never disappoint. I love when you talk about numbers. Hey, no, numbers don't lie. I love it when you pinch out those numbers, and you really give us the reality to be able to say, guys, this is what people get when they really go this investment route. And this is what we are really getting. And we're always saying this, that you know what, when we started mining a Bitcoin vault, it was zero. We were mining a coin that had no value, and then we kept on moving. And thank you so very much. And speaking direct to our hearts, guys, I can talk forever. So if you've got questions, let me give you this 3 minutes, so that we're able to do that, because we want to go on a break, so that you can join another Zoom meeting with the CEOs of the company, and we get our big news and everything. And by the way, Bitcoin Vault is going, I'm seeing the price has been going up. Some people have been posting. So I only see it because people post it. I don't normally go into it and look. I'm into coin collection. I'm not into...
Yeah, no, I also don't check the value. Hey, I only hear from my team to say, yo, it's how much, because I learned that if you can concentrate on the value, that's where you'll be disappointed. Even now, I still don't celebrate. I always encourage people to say, accumulate coins, because what's the use of the value going up, and when you are still sitting with 2 coins? So say, oh no, celebrate the coin, the value is up, and at least you are sitting with 1,000 coins. So me now with my 200 coins, I can't celebrate yet.
No. Hey, you can say that again. I always say that. You say, guys, we're in coin collection. Yeah. You know, until 2023, I'm doing coin collection. You know, I'll see other things after that.
Yeah, no.
No.
You can pack other things.
Thank you so very much. Oh, thank you so very much, guys. Let's do your comments and everything. Let's go up there. We just have 3 minutes to read your comments. I see someone here. Archbishop Lindiwe says, "Hi, Bo. I'm motivated. I love what I'm hearing." Yo! He says, "Bishop, thank you for inviting those guys." You know, yes, you know, she does that. You know, and when she explains this thing of you looking at your pension fund, some of you will start thinking otherwise about going back to work. You know, you know. let's do that, because some people are working because they don't want to lose their pension fund. You know, and I mean, 16 years, and you say they give you how much? 100,000.
100,000, Bishop.
Yeah, man. Yo, yeah, no, there's some people out there. And then I see another comment here says, "Oh, thanking God, guys, I'm on track, man. Look back for me." Yeah, no, we will look back that day. So no. Yes, so we are in coin collection. You did a wonderful job, Mewaka. You know, thank you so very much. And this team, I believe that, you know what, you've spoken to them from your heart, and they will move forward. They will look at this week differently, and they will really align their mission, and they will focus, and they will go out there and do what they can, you know, and allow the coin do what it must do. We will do what we must, and the coin will do what it must. And so we collect and collect. Thank you so very much for that wonderful testimony, Mewak.
Thank you so much for the invite, Governor.
Yes, ma'am. No, we will be calling on you in the future, and I know you will be spitting some beautiful things out there, because you know what, anyone here, someone, you've spoken to someone, and there's someone here who will come back 3 months later and said, "I remember this day," Ndlovukazi said, and that got me thinking, and I started moving. You know, each and every one of us, we have people that say a little bit of something that nudges us forward. You have also given me a lot of boost. You know, as you know, I need people to speak into my life too. Sometimes I get tired. Sometimes the team will say, "Oh, Bishop War Omanya," you know, and I'm like, "Ish," you know. And so sometimes I need someone also to speak to me and say yes. So having heard you today, I am injected with more motivation. I'm going out there, and I'm still doing coin collection and teaching people. Thank you so very much, Ndlovukazi. We will be looking forward to inviting you next time. And yes, how many? We were about 30 something, 34. Next time we must be going over 150. Guys, we need to invite. You know, we need to invite. You know, she can speak to someone, maybe not through a presentation of showing this and that, but the testimony coming from the heart and the real life things. Next time she's going to share with us the car she's driving, you know, the states she's staying, the big thing that is coming this coming week. You know, it will be at that time. It will be. We will be following you on social. We'll be following you this week on social media. We are following. We want to see the big thing. You know, personally, I want to see it.
I'll share with you. I'll send you a private message of that big thing.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Then you can share with everyone who's on this call.
Yes, congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, guys, thank you very much for being around. With these words, I know you are in the golf club somewhere. We just want to say to you, thank you for being a good admin and for hosting our meeting today. We are going to look forward to go to the next one. Everyone, please have a wonderful night. Let's go listen to Greg and Eyal. Let's get this thing going. After their Zoom, go out there, teach people, collect coins, and help your community and your friends so that they can be in the best opportunity of our lifetime. Thank you very much. Love you all. Love you, love you, love you. Where you are, wherever you are, my sister, I think this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, guys. Love you very much. Thank you so much, Nontando. You made my night. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, but Greg, it's fine, but you've made my night. You know, I'm happy. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Let's go and listen to our CEOs.
Yes. Guys, let's go.